Trump's not nervous. The president feels like a real estate mogul with a full inventory of mansions under his sole control. It's been 48 hours since Liberation Day, and the phones at the White House won't stop ringing. Vietnam called today. They tariff our product at a rate of 90%. You can't even find an American-made product in Vietnam unless it's an old landmine. Nam says they're ready to drop their tariffs from 90 to 0. 58,000 Americans died there. We should be able to sell them Chevys. Argentina wants to go down to 0% too. Their president, he's the guy that gave Elon the chainsaw. He says friends will be friends. India's cutting a trade agreement in the coming days. That's over 1 billion customers our companies will get access to. South Korea is going all out to get a good deal. And South Korea knows a thing or two about tariffs. You can't get into that market. And they're an Asian powerhouse. The Europeans are coming to the table. They're willing to drop their automobile tariffs from 10% to 2.5%. And they're promising to buy American energy and weaponry. Japan's tried everything. They've said President Trump will buy more natural gas, more armaments. They said SoftBank's investing $500 billion in America, and Trump said no. Keep going. What else? 47 means business. And the last one to negotiate loses. China, in a big huff, retaliated and jacked up tariffs on us. Trump says, quote, China played it wrong. They panicked. The one thing they cannot afford to do. How many things in China say made in America? And how many things here say made in China? Now do you get it? The White House is holding all the cards. And who are the ones crying? Foreign countries and American multinationals who ship jobs and factories to those same foreign countries.
Nobody was crying these crocodile tears when they were closing the Mound Road engine plant that Chrysler had in Macomb County, or the Romeo engine plant in Romeo, Michigan in Macomb County. But all of a sudden, now that we're trying to bring these products back, these components and these vehicles back to the United States, all of a sudden, all the so-called experts are saying it's going to plunge us into recession and be terrible for the economy. Yeah. So thank God. If they're crying, I think we're doing something right.
Chrysler, Jeep, and Ford aren't going to raise car prices, they said. They're actually going to give American buyers a discount. Huh. Toyota says they're not going to raise prices. And Nissan is beeping up SUV production in Tennessee. That came just hours after GM shifted their truck manufacturing back to Indiana. Barack said he didn't have a magic wand to bring jobs back. Well, Trump just waved his wand around, and 228,000 jobs appeared in March.
We blew it out of the water. Even all the economists that looked at this thought we were going to have a depressed jobs report, and we didn't. So that's a testament to the president, the economic output that he is doing. Look at the Rose Garden that we had the other day. Who was in the audience? It was all the American workers. We had our Teamsters there. We had our United Auto Workers there. We're seeing those investments pay off, and I would expect that to continue.
Biden was hemorrhaging manufacturing jobs on his way out. Trump hit the brakes, then hit the gas. Look at those jobs coming back. It's not just manufacturing. The ranchers, farmers, and fishermen love it.
Our egg sector gets decimated by other countries tariffing our beef imports, our shrimp, our catfish. They tariff us at up to 50% of our exported ag products and then dump mass-produced ag products into our market, severely harming our farmers and our ranchers.
Listen to this guy. Ready? It's really common sense.
This lighter costs $25 in America to buy an American-made product, okay? China makes one, sells it for $20 here in America. Out of that $20, $5 goes to whoever in America sells it. $15 of it goes back to China. You buy the $25, $5 stays in America. So now we want to say $5 stays in America. So now we want to say, let's balance this out, and we're going to put a 50% tariff on Chinese goods. Now this lighter costs $30 to sell in the United States. Now you have the U.S.-made one at $25. It is cheaper. It's more expensive in the big picture, I get it. But it's now cheaper, so people are going to buy the American-made one. And I'm not a pro-Trumper at all. But I believe in it. I'm a business owner. I know how it works.
Tariffs are bringing oil prices down. That'll lower inflation. Mortgage rates just fell below 6%. The Secretary of State says sit back and relax.
I don't think it's fair to say economies are crashing. Markets are crashing because markets are based on the stock value of companies who today are embedded in modes of production that are bad for the United States. We can't continue to be a country that doesn't make things. We have to be able to make things to provide jobs for Americans. That's it. It's that simple.
Trump's trade war is high risk, high reward. But he's not biting his fingernails staring at the Dow. Today, he actually played golf, which if Biden had done, I definitely wouldn't have criticized him for it. It's funny, you know who used to agree with Trump on tariffs? Biden's old boss.
We had a tire case in which they were flooding us with cheap domestic tires or cheap Chinese tires. And we put a stop to it. And as a consequence, saved jobs throughout America. I have to say that Governor Romney criticized me for being too tough in that tire case. Said this wouldn't be good for American workers and that it would be protectionist. But I tell you, those workers don't feel that way. They feel as if they had finally an administration who was going to take this issue seriously.
Warren Buffett, 20 years ago, said bad trade policy was selling the nation out. And nothing's changed until this week. Tariffs are just one piece of the puzzle. Cheaper energy, lower tariffs, and tighter borders, that's going to make everyone's salaries go up. Lower taxes, regulation, and spending, that'll ignite an economic boom. We've been talking about doing this for 50 years. People say, well, why now?